A wise wizard once said, "What you concentrate on, what you think about, you get more of." And I think that's true. I'm Jeff McBride, and I'm here to help you make some megabucks. And it's with a real magic spell, a prosperity affirmation that I learned from Bob Proctor. And if you repeat this magic spell, this affirmation, well, you just might increase your financial situation. It goes like this: I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continual basis. And whoa, it works. So just repeat that. Put your head in a state of gratitude, and your heart will be filled with the magic of abundance.
This is an idea that started off as a stage parlor magic effect, but perfectly adaptable to today's conditions if you work at it, if you're clever. However, I think for pound per square inch, this bill is one of the biggest pack small, play big production items that you can possibly carry.
Yeah.
The symbolism of a bill gets attention. I don't think there's a magician out there that's been in the game for 5 years or more that hasn't run into somebody who said, if you're a magician, can you make me $1 million?
Exactly.
And that's part of, that can be part of your script. One of the questions that I'm asked the most as a magician is, can you make money appear? Well, my friends, it does take money to make money. Can I borrow a bill? And now you're in.
So this is MEGABUCKS by Jeff McBride. I saw you lecture. We did a lecture on Zoom mid 2020, and I don't know, 30 seconds after you did it, I'm like, oh, this is too good. Like, I almost didn't want you to talk about it at the lecture. And then, of course, you were so nice to let me release this on your behalf. So how long, where does this come from? What's the idea of MEGABUCKS?
Well, people have been doing, one-handed silk productions, throughout history, from Silent Mora, well, before, but Silent Mora had a gimmick, and Carlos Corda had a gimmick. John Blake had a nice gimmick. But Levent came up with a really great version that was essentially based on a technique from Rice's Encyclopedia, Volume 1, by a guy named Hen Fetch. And there's wonderful literature on Hen Fetch. And it was called the Popper. And this was an accordion pleat, and it was placed in the elbow crotch. That was the secret hidey place. And there was no need to fold up anything over the top, because this was about the speed. The magician would clap the hands, and the silk would appear in the air, and it would pop up because of this compression of the zigzag fold called an accordion pleat, pow, and it just pops up. And what's happening is the arms are kind of punching as they clap, and it's this action that sends it up. And the interesting thing is that you can have your sleeves slightly rolled up.
Right.
Now, magicians use this for many years with great success, usually as an opener. It's a great opener, showing the hands, and then the clap and the silk appears in the air. Levent created a version that was published in Rice's Encyclopedia, Volume 4, credited to Vito Lupo. But I think the origin of placing a rubber band, and this is a size 19 rubber band, which I think you're supplying with the whole kit.
Yep.
When you get the kit, you get the silk, you get the instructions to this link because you're here, and you get size 19 flesh-colored rubber bands and some $100 bills. Imitation, of course.
Right.
That would really raise the price of the product.
Yeah, it's now a $500 magic trick.
Now, I've been using this for years, and if you want to use the silk in the act, what happens is, and this is, I'm demonstrating with a yellow silk, and then we'll move on to the $100 bill MEGABUCKS silk. This is put about halfway down, and then kind of accordion pleated, and then I roll it a few times. This goes over the middle finger.
Okay.
And it goes down the arm on the middle finger, and the hands can be flashed. You can't really burn that for a long time. But if you put the direction of the attention of the audience over here, this hand can be turned around and flashed. My arms are rolled up, the sleeves are rolled up. And now if I just reach out, that goes right into the hand. I put my fingers on one corner of the silk and I pulled my other hand straight down, which takes the rubber band off, which leaves this silk free. And then some magic can be performed with this handkerchief. Whenever you need, you just take the rubber band off as you set down the silk, or you can just turn and let it fall down to the side. So what's happening with the Megabuck? Well, this is a large silk. It's probably the largest bill silk I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And, you know, people have been putting out, I think Richard Himber put out years ago, $100 bill silk, and other dealers, but this one is really high quality. It's modern, it's very colorful. And I've tied the corner to it just with a couple of overhand knots, nothing fancy. And the rubber band is on the corner of the silk, and it's oriented so he's heads up and the bill is oriented the correct way. Takes a little knack to catch the silk and realize that you have to get the silk this way to the audience instead of backwards or upside down. But the way this pops out, it's pretty easy to find that top edge to bring it out into the upright position. So we have our size 19. What I do is I accordion pleat it a few times loosely. You want this thing to pop straight open. And now it's rolled, rolled, rolled tightly. And this goes into this position, into the arm. Now you can have your wallet, you can have a Sharpie pen, you can have something in this hand. This hand has to kind of look natural. And this is kind of an opening effect. So I could have a microphone on a microphone holder. I could have my microphone here and be talking, and then reach in my pocket and take out a bill. In the past, in the old school, magicians always came out on stage with a magic wand, and they would talk with their magic wand. It gave them something to do with their hands. Today, a microphone with a microphone holder is perfectly acceptable. Or you could have a Sharpie pen in your hands and be showing the Sharpie, then reach into your pocket and then take the bill and put the Sharpie away. Anything to make your hand look natural. And that's what a wand does. But today, the new wand is the Sharpie.
Exactly. Or cell phone or something so you're not sitting like a T-Rex.
Well, it's really the Sharpie is the new magic wand, because 100 years ago, there was many tricks with wands. And now there's many tricks with Sharpies.
Yes.
They make smoke, they bend, they twist, they deliver secret things. Bills go inside of them. Now it's kind of the Sharpie. So if I come out and I gesture with a Sharpie, I can talk a little bit or look natural, go in the pocket, come out with the bill, and then change hands. The basic handling of this, and my hands look totally natural the whole time, is to fold the bill in half. And I'll give you some Charlie Miller lines that I picked up from him years ago. And you're just going to crunch the bill in the hand. You're going to crunch the bill in the hand as you punch your hand forward, and that will snap out. As it comes down, you pick up the correct side and hold it up to show it fully open. It's as simple as that. Now, it takes a little bit of a knack, but it's fun to practice. It's good to practice. And here we have, and now let's start the show.
Great.
So here is the Charlie Miller line. He used to do a bill production, and he would put the focus on the bill, and he was producing a handful of rolled up bills instead of this huge silk. And his line was, "I stand before you to teach you a lesson about money. The best way to double your money is to fold it in half, and now it is doubled. So you can see that it increases." Now he said that joke. He said, I think he says now that joke isn't very funny, but it does show a very important principle. And then he goes on to create a fan of bills. So here we are with the silk rolled up in its position. So this is a great piece of magic because you can do it relatively close up. You can do it relatively close up. And here's that fold again. I'm going to accordion pleat it. This is the rubber band up here. Accordion pleat like 3 or 4 times, then roll and bunch. And this will like come out and cascade open. It goes on the middle finger, and it goes right in the crotch here of the arm. And my sleeves look rolled up.
Yeah.
I stand before you to teach a lesson about money. Everyone loves money. And one of the best ways to double your money is to fold it in half, because you can see it increases. And with a little touch of magic, that's when you can make some mega bucks. Let's get this party started. You ready for some great magic? Yes.
Yes.
And now we're
Yes.
in to the show.
MC bit. And then now to ditch it, to clean up, what would you just dump everything in your?
No, okay, that's a very good question. What I'm going to do is fold the silk in half. I'm going to grab the bill and the rubber band and pull my hand out, and then roll this up and then set it down. I don't want to fold it up too small, but I'll set it down. And let me show you exactly, kind of from the side and the back, what that would look like.
Mm-hmm.
When I am crumpling the bill, I am really just crumpling the bill and getting it as deep as I can into the hand.
Mm-hmm.
And now my hands will come together, and I'll take it in the other hand as I take off the rubber band. Let's take a look at that. Here's the fold, the fold, the fold. Rolling into a ball, middle finger, and in the thumb crotch. Showing the bill, flashing the hand. I'll step back a little bit. Now, this is from the extreme side, and you still have a hard time seeing it.
Yeah. Can't even see the rubber band.
I'm going to crunch, let that shoot up in the air. I'm going to spot the correct corner because I can read it backwards. And now I'm showing it to the audience this way. The bill is over here. I'm going to fold the bill in half, grab the bill in my left hand now with the rubber band, and come out. And now I can place this away. Now, if you want to expand the routine, there's a couple of things you can do with this, and I'll show you right now. And use your imagination and maybe some of the props that you have at home to make this into something unique that is your very own. So I was thinking of some variations and looking at some of my props and playing a little bit, and I came up with this. Let's get the bill.
Oh, that's great. That's cool.
Yeah, so this is just, these are very inexpensive. You can get them from your local brick and mortar magic shop. Let's support those brick and mortars. That's what I'm doing today. You're supporting the Magic Apple. And there are different types of clips. This is called an Excelsior clip, and these come in different sizes. This is called a banker's clip.
Oh, yeah.
Banker's clip. And you put the spring bills in the clip, and this is clipped on your pants, and you have to be wearing a jacket or an untucked shirt, and this is placed, you put the pin on your pants just so that the bills hang and the coat can cover it. Now you're going to be doing this fairly towards the opening. So I'm going to be reaching down on the back of my hip and taking the bills in this position. My hand is going to be down at my side. Everybody else is watching here. When that silk comes out, my hand just comes up, and it comes up right into the silk, and then I fold it over and let the bills expand. Let's take a look of what that looks like in slow motion, and then I'll show you an idea with coins. And you can do this with silver dollars or half dollars. But right now, let's look at the spring bills. So we set this in its regular position, and you would have preset your holder down here at your side. So these are down on your hip, and you'd come out holding the bill, or you would steal these while the bill is being changed into the silk. so I can show my hand, make the production, and I'm going to come right in really quickly, show the bill, and I'm holding the spring bills in this position, kind of a cudgel position. And now the hand goes into the center, and I grip the strings of the flowers and bring them over the top and get a big, beautiful bouquet of strange and wonderful looking bills. If you have some coins, and I'll do this with some different size coins. Here I have, just for our camera right now, just a wine glass. But if you're using like silver dollars or Morgans, make sure that you have a thick glass. This is thick. You won't want to put them in, make a big pour into a glass.
It's glass everywhere.
Right. So what this looks like, same thing. We're going to roll and fold, and every once in a while you want to change out that that rubber band because it will snap eventually. Everything wears out. So here we are again with the bill, taking the bill. Woo!
That's great. Yeah.
And you could do that with any size coin. I use these in my show. These are my palming coins, so I'm very accustomed to using those. And I just have these kind of in a finger palm the whole time for the opening.
Oh, from the beginning.
Oh yeah, from the beginning. You come, because it's an opener,
Right.
I got to come out with them in the hand. As Al Baker used to say, why run when no one's chasing you?
Exactly.
All eyes are on that $100 bill anyway. So the start position for that is really here. Take this out of your pocket, and I have these coins just in finger palm.
Yep.
And now I show the money, and my hand just comes down to the side, produce the bill, show the big bill. Again, I'm in that position where this is totally hidden. And now I can come underneath and pull away, and interaction is always great. And this is not, I mean, if you have this in your pocket and you're out socially and you're set up to do it with a $100 bill and maybe a Sharpie, you know, just so your hand looks, you can just turn for a moment, walk to the side, and it looks like you're checking your cell phone. This is an old mentalist technique. If you put your elbows at your side, it doesn't look like you're doing anything. I can just turn around, roll this up, and now I'm set. And I can just turn around and put my cell phone away. All right. So let's look at that again. And I'm set. This is in my pocket.
Almost could be a strolling thing, really, right? Almost.
As long as you can discreetly do the setup.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So let's say here's my cell phone. Let's say I turn, that I'm talking on my cell phone. My hands come down to my side, and what I'm doing back there, it looks like I'm talking on my cell phone, but I'm doing this. Now, mind you, you don't have the audience on you quite yet.
Right.
Right? You wouldn't have the attention on you. You're getting ready to enter the social space. And now I'm ready, and I could now I could turn around with my cell phone and go, my wife, Abigail, just called. She says it's time for me to do some magic. Would you like some magic? Yes?
Yes.
Does anybody have a $1 bill? And look,
Yeah.
I have the cell phone here.
Right.
And now I could take a $1 bill, put my phone away, and say, let me teach you some real magic. I'm going to teach you how to double your money. You just fold it in half, and you can see it increases. No, I mean, it really increases.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, very clever. And now it almost seems impromptu, really. Jeez.
Right. And then I could say, you're not going to believe this, the bill just traveled back to your wallet. Open it up. And as he's doing that, I'm taking this off and getting the bill ready to like produce from behind his ear. Just kidding. Here you go. If you're doing it with short sleeves, make sure it is really small, really hidden, and that the band is hidden.
Yeah.
This is a better trick with sleeves.
Right.
As Eugene Berger, our master teacher here at Mystery School, before he passed on, said, every miracle has a price. The price for this one is that it's an opener.
Right.
And the benefits is it's a really good big opener.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it has its strong points to it, but it's not really a short sleeve trick.
Are you tying the silk around the rubber band or the rubber band around the silk? I know that's a silly question, but people.
Well, let me show you.
Like it's the smallest little upper. If you're staring at the bill the right way.
Yes. Yeah. If you're tying the silk to itself.
Gotcha.
You're putting a little tiny corner on, and you can twist it because you want to use as little as possible.
Gotcha. So the rubber band, nothing happens with that. You're just getting, I gotcha, a little tiny.
And then I'm going to tie 1 or 2 knots. That's the first knot. And then I'm going to get rid of that. So my second knot is going to be the loose end. And I'm going to tie silk to silk. And there we have it.
Perfect. That's
If I want to put on a third one, of course, I'm going to use that little end right there.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at one of my students. His name is Braden Daniels, and he is from Dallas, Texas. And he uses his magic to enhance his leadership keynote talks. He's a keynote speaker, and he performs the snap silk transformation as part of his motivational talk. So this is 30 seconds of Braden Daniels in action. Let's take a look at Braden.
How do you engage your audiences? Each and every year, corporations invest hundreds of billions of dollars in audience engagement.
And those are the tricks, the tips, the variations, the history of McBride's MEGABUCKS. Enjoy it. Use it well.
Every year, magicians gather from around the world at the McBride Magic and Mystery School in Las Vegas. They come to learn the magic behind the tricks.
What we do at our mystery school is give people a deep magical experience, those that really want to go deeper into the art of magic.
Many magicians are very busy just trying to imitate other magicians, trying to imitate the DVD they saw. The question I'd like you to take home with you is, what do I want my magic to be?
The study and practice of magic is very real. The research, the optical principles, the psychological principles that go into magic take years of study to understand the subtleties. And fitting these all together takes a lifetime.
A new breed of magicians are looking beyond the tricks to the message that magic communicates to an audience.
Magic is a way of looking at the world. Magic is a philosophy. It's a way of challenging perceptions and not accepting what's handed to you.
Magic is not tricks. It is a way. It's about understanding the relationship between magic and life. That your life can be magical.
Magic reminds us that all of that we know can fall away at any given moment, that reality is subject to change without notice.
The primary metaphor of magic is transformation, change. You know the trick with the rings that everyone has seen magicians do? Well, what's that about? Well, on the superficial, outward level, it's about rings linking and unlinking. But on the inner level, the psychological level, the message of the rings is the separate can be joined in community, in friendship, in love.
When the magician levitates on stage, he's also saying, hey, it's possible to leave the burdens of the heavy, everyday material world behind and rise above them and consider the possibilities of what's out there that you've never considered before.
Magic reminds us that we are living in the middle of a capital M mystery. Experiencing mystery, understanding that you, me, we're living in the middle of a mystery. This is transformative for our lives and for the world.